Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, YouTube? Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Tank be chopping, and we back with another haircut tutorial. Alright guys, what we're gonna be doing on this cut is we actually gonna be leaving the length on top, and we're gonna be doing a high bald fade. Normally my client gets like a mid drop fade. He decided to switch it up, showed me a picture of a high fade, so I said, alright man, let's do it. So I'm starting off with my Stylecraft Cyborgs, my Gamma Cyborgs, and I got my number 4 guard on my clipper, and basically I'm just debulking the sides, trying to blend this hair into the top, into these curls. As you can see, my client does have some curls on top. I'm not really too focused on the hair blending in perfectly. Sometimes them curls are gonna sit on top of the blend, so I'm just trying to debulk a little bit, try to make this a little easier for me when I do actually start fading. And as you can see, I'm just floating that clipper up into the length on top with my number 4 guard on my Gamma Cyborgs. And one time for the one time, just in case you are interested, I do believe Gamma still has these on pre-order, so you can pre-order these, GammaPlusNA.com. Go ahead and use my discount code TANK10 on any tools off of GammaPlus.com or GammaPlusNA.com. But nonetheless, as y'all can see, still doing the same thing, going over the sides with my number 4 guard, just debulking, making this easier for me to go ahead and blend into. So now that I did that all with the number 4 guard, I got my number 3 guard on my clipper, and all I'm doing is basically a little bit of down fading, still debulking, trying to get the size down to a number 3 guard. That way I know I really only have to blend into a number 3, and I don't really have to worry about blending into that long hair on top. So it's a lot easier to blend into a number 3 or a number 4 than it is to blend into a longer hair on top. So that's the reason why I like to debulk with a 4 and a 3, because it's just easier on my end having to blend into that than thinking about blending into the longer hair on top. But as you can see, now I'm taking my Stylecraft Instinct trimmer, setting in my bald guideline. And if you are interested in copying these, they are on pre-order. They need to get pre-ordered again. So stylecraftus.com, use my discount code TANK10 if you do want to get these trimmers. Me personally, I really rock with the Instincts, man. They're one of my top trimmers for the time being. But as you can see, we're just setting in that bald guideline all the way around the head, taking all that hair off with the trimmer. And then once we got this done, we're just gonna follow that up with the shaver. And that's what we're doing here. We are taking the FX3 shaver, and I'm coming right below that line that I just set in, not going all the way up to that line. And if I do get really close to that line, I'm making sure I use a slight flick out motion, and I do relieve some pressure. That way it transitions from the shaver to my zero a lot easier. And if you are interested in this shaver, you can go to BabelishPro.com and use my discount code TANK10 on that website also. You know your boys just be trying to get all these discount codes for y'all, that way y'all can get some type of discount when y'all purchase things. But nonetheless, going back into this blend, as you can see, I'm going in with my Gamma Cyborg, lever all the way open, and I'm setting in my next section. So this section is gonna be about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch or so. And we're just gonna set this section in, be really consistent with it, make sure all that hair is down to that length. And now I'm gonna go ahead and set in my next section after that with my number 1 guard, lever open. Coming up about the same amount, give or take, you know what I'm saying? We're not really using a ruler to make sure we're perfectly precise with it, but we're just eyeballing it. So we got those 2 sections in there, and now I'm taking my 2 guard lever open, basically blending into what I did earlier. So you know I used a number 4 and a number 3 to debulk, so my number 2 guard open should blend into that. However, as you can see here, I am floating that clipper with my number 2 guard open just to help transition that haircut a little better. And then I did just close my lever, and I'm coming right below what I just did, just to help down fade slightly. Here is my 1.5 guard lever closed, blending into my number 2 section that y'all just saw me do. And we're gonna go over that a good amount of times, make sure that it's all down to that length, and make sure that it looks nice. Now we're going in with my 1 guard lever closed, attacking that bottom line in that 1 guard section. And then remember guys, you can always adjust your lever if you feel it's necessary. Sometimes you won't see me adjust my lever, sometimes you will. It just goes based off of what I feel is necessary at the time. So here is my 1.5 guard. I'm sorry, not my 1.5 guard, my 1/2 guard. And I did have it halfway open, and I'm just adjusting my lever as needed to try to still take away that line that I created, you know, from that 1/2 guard, or to my clipper open to my 1 guard open. We're just gonna adjust our lever as needed to try to get that part of the blend to transition well. Now we're moving back into our 1.5 guard, And we're just gonna adjust that lever, try to attack this blend, corner blending, doing some detail work, basically trying to get this blend to come together. Because as you can see, there are some discrepancies in it. There are some dark areas. I didn't completely remove all these lines, so I'm going back in and basically just detailing this part of the blend to get this blend to look right. So now that is done with my 1.5 guard, I'm going back in with my 1 guard, adjusting my lever as needed. And you're gonna do that sometimes. Sometimes you're gonna need to be switching from guard to guard. Sometimes some blends will come together easier and you don't really need to switch guards as often. You can go through your steps and the blend looks good. But sometimes you're gonna go through your steps and there's gonna be a lot of discrepancies, a lot of dark areas, parts that just don't look blended well. So you're gonna have to go back in and switch through guards and detail as needed. And once again, here is my half guard. And if you are interested, I am using the new Gamma tight guards that came with this clipper. So, I just wanted to throw that out there. But now I'm going in with my clipper no guard, clipper halfway open, adjusting my lever as needed, attacking that bottom line, trying to get this bottom part of the blend to transition well. Y'all know sometimes the razor to the clipper open section is the hardest section. That's the part where I feel the blend you really got to take your time. You really got to make that part look nice and airbrushed, because I feel that that's one of the most important parts of the blend. And y'all gonna see me adjusting my lever a lot here, guys, because I want to make sure that this part of the blend looks nice. And like I said, I feel that this is one of the most important parts of the blend, so I have to take my time. I have to make sure this part of the blend looks good. I have to make sure that I'm erasing all these lines and these dark spots from this area. Not saying you don't have to do it on the other areas, but to me, this part is just slightly more important. But now we're going back in with a number 3 guard, just trying to blend this part into the top once again. And now that is done, we're gonna go ahead and line up my client. We are lining him up underneath the hair, so we just comb that hair up, setting a nice straight line, work our way over to the vertical bar. And then once we get to that vertical bar, we're gonna punch that in. We really don't need a C cup because we did do a high fade. I guess you can put a C cup in there if you wanted to, but you don't need to, you know what I'm saying? It really just depends on your client and what your client wants. All right, but now I'm gonna go in and do some clipper over comb, just because some of them curls, I don't like the way it's transitioning. Yes, I do want the curls to sit on top of the blend, but I also want it to look a little more faded. So as you can see, I'm just taking my comb, pulling up some of this hair, and I'm fading in this hair into what I do with my clippers. And you can go up, as you can see me doing here, or you can go across. I like to go up most of the time because I feel that it just transitions a little better, but sometimes you will need to go across because going up is just gonna push the hair out the way, and you don't wanna push the hair out the way. You really wanna cut some of that hair, so sometimes you are gonna have to go across, but you just gotta play with it and see what it does. But now what we're doing here is we're actually moving on to the back side of the haircut. As y'all can see, the right side of the haircut's already completed, but I just didn't record it. Now we're doing the back side, and we're basically gonna be going through the same steps. I did my clipper open section, my 1 guard open section. Here's my 2 guard open, blending into the part that I debulked earlier, and then I just close my 2, and I'm gonna do some down fading now to try to get rid of all of these lines, get this bottom part of the blend to look right, and just give my man a nice haircut. So this is the 1.5 guard lever closed, and then after this we're gonna move on to my 1 guard. So here's the 1 guard closed, attacking that bottom line in the 1 guard section, and then we're gonna adjust our lever as needed. Once again, guys, you're gonna have to adjust your lever sometimes to get this part of the or to get any parts of the blend to look right. Now we're going in with that half guard and lever play. You got to make sure you do that lever play when using the half guard. It just makes that transition so much smoother, makes that part of the blend look so much buttery, you know what I'm saying? All right, now that part of the blend is done, I decided to go back in with my 1 guard. Just because, like I said earlier, guys, sometimes you're gonna have to adjust your lever. You're gonna put different guards on there. You're gonna have to switch through guards to make them, make that blend look right. So now I'm going back in with my clipper, no guard, adjusting my lever, doing some lever play. Half guard, doing some lever play to get this part of the blend to look right. But as you can see, man, this blend is coming together. Y'all can see this haircut is starting to look nice. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, we're almost done. We're just doing some small detail work, some minor detail work. Basically just trying to polish this blend a little more, make sure everything looks nice and, looks all in unison. Y'all know what it is, man. We working over here, though. I just want to give y'all a big shout out for rocking with your boy, man. I really appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. It really means a lot to me. But now what I'm doing here is I'm going over my client's edge up with a little bit of hair enhancements. This is that Temptation from Kiss. I just like to use this because it's less cleanup. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to use. Yes, it is a little more aggressive, but once you figure out how to use it, it ain't that hard at all to use. But check it out, man. This is how my man came into the shop looking. That's the before look. And this is the finished product. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this haircut in the comment section. If y'all like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe one time for your boy. Remember, guys, if you're in the Houston, Texas area and want a haircut from your boy, you can go to my website, tankbechalking.com. You can book there. Did I say tankbechalking? tankbechopping.com. You can book there. I do got discount codes in my description. BabylessPro.com, StyleCraftUS.com, GammaPlusNA.com. Use my discount code TANK10. Also, I just got a new discount code, FWBarberSupply.com, discount code TANK10. But that's basically it, YouTube. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, let's go.